Goaltender for the Steele County Blades, Tim Grounds, who comes out of Jamestown, North Dakota. And Tim, we're chatting not too long after the Blades scored a nice win over Forest Lake, and you got a shutout in the game. Take me back to the game a little bit. It was a great game for the team and a great game for yourself.
Yeah, we all worked really hard together. We played as a team. Thought we all came through and played what we needed to play. So it was a good game to be a part of.
And for the team, a little bit of a bounce-back game because the day before, and we're talking about the Thanksgiving weekend games, the Blades came out a little slow in the first period, and Forest Lake jumped out to a lead and went on to the victory. The team seemed pretty motivated then to respond well in the second game. Yeah,
I think we had a lot of beef with the other team after the first game, the weekend, and it was a great way to bounce back after that. Because, no one likes to lose 2 in a row, so we worked our butts off to try and get back, and we pulled through. So
it wasn't just too much turkey on Thanksgiving for the Blades?
Might have been, but it was good to come through with the second game and get the win with that.
Sure. And now you guys had just gone to Forest Lake and won 2 games on their rink the weekend before, so nice little. I suppose it adds a little bit to the rivalry to go there and get them, and then they're pretty motivated to come back here. So is there a nice rivalry with this team? And when you play a team so many times in a row, is that kind of a nice thing to kind of get that rankles up and get that rivalry going?
Yeah, with any team that you play more than one time in a weekend or multiple times in a row, there's always going to be a lot of rivalry going on between them because you never want to lose to the same team multiple times. But when you're able to pull through with the win for most of it, it's really, really nice to go and be able to do that. So.
Now, as I recall, there weren't a lot of shots in the first period of the game that you played in, if I'm remembering right, and then the number of shots picked up as we went along. As you're the goalie, when you don't see a lot of shots as opposed to when you're tested right away, is there something you prefer or get into a groove more so one way than the other?
There's no real set thing that happens. You just have to be ready no matter what happens and try to be as focused as you can throughout anything and everything. And sometimes there's games that start out slow and you got to keep your right mindset to be able to push through all that. And then there's also ones that are just shot after shot, and those ones are a lot harder, but it also builds up your confidence to be able to continue throughout the game. So it's a little bit of best of both worlds there. So
how much is it a team effort, a shutout? The goalie gets credit for it, but still you got defenders picking up rebounds and guys keeping players from being alone in front of the net. How much of it is a team thing, and how important is it communication to work getting the puck out of there?
It's all team effort. I mean, I got to do my job and they got to do their job. And when we work together, it comes out as games like against Forest Lake on Sunday. And team worked really well together, and we had great communication back and forth to each other, and team was picking up a lot of the rebounds and wasn't having to worry too much about that. But it was really nice to be able to rely on them, and if I'm making a mistake, and that they can rely on me if they make a mistake. So,
does something come to mind as a real big save or one that you weren't sure you got?
In the second period, I had one that I bounced out to right to another player, and he got a shot off right away, and I made a pretty big save because I think it was on a 2-on-1 or something, and just made a big save, and I think it brought the team's emotions up after that and caused them to keep going and know that I'm there. So.
Tim Grounds, out of Jamestown, North Dakota. What's your hockey background? What got you started in playing hockey? At what age, too?
Well, my mom did daycare as a child, when I was a kid, and one of the daycare kids actually came home with a bunch of hockey gear, and they're like, "Here, try this on," and we pretty much loved it ever since. I've been playing since I was about 4 years old, but my dad would never let me play goalie as a kid because he knew it was expensive. And then when I was a peewee, he actually was like, all right, we'll let you go because you won't stop bugging me about it. So
Okay.
I started playing when I was a peewee, and I ended up moving to Minnesota when I was a second year Bantam, so my
Okay.
freshman year. Moved to Minnesota, and I went to a hockey school for a couple years and trained with a goalie coach for a while. And then I ended up moving to Madison, Wisconsin, playing for a AAA team.
Okay.
It was the Madison Capitals, and from there I got a chance to play in the NA in Pennsylvania for the Aston Rebels, and then I got traded to the Minnesota Magicians Tier 3 team. Played there last year and was actually not feeling too hot after the year, so I started working in the summer, and I was debating on whether or not to play again, and I got a call from Nick, and he's like asking me to play, and I was like, all right, give it a go. So that's how I ended up here.
Wow.
And enjoying it here so far?
Yes, I love it here. It's a
right.
great place, great facilities, great billet families. So
Awesome.
Tim Grounds, goaltender, originally out of Jamestown then. That's where you were born?
yep.
Okay, well, very
Born and
good. Good. Well, good luck on the season ahead, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.